Hi there, I'm Trisha Guizon, and today we're going to be using these beautiful beads from Jesse James Beads. These are the new window box bead mixes. These mixes come with everything you need to make a beautiful piece. Let's look through what's in these beautiful bead boxes and see what all is in it. This is the mix we're going to use today. These were a couple of different colors that I received, so they will come in a variety of different colors. We're going to have lots of crystals and beautiful rondelles up here. Bring this up to show you this way. Just gorgeousness. Like a nice mix of medium and small beads in there. We have some bicones, some rondelles. We have some oblong beads, some teardrop beads. Just some real pretty fun shapes. Here we have all the metal our little heart could desire for spacers. This is a nice supply that you get here in this window box. It gives you a variety. Do you want to use silver? Do you want to use gold? You know, you have that option. So there's tons of stuff you can make in here. There's 100+ pieces. And these spacers also have these really cute little birdie charms in them. Just adorable. Here we have a clasp that have come with this set as well. So if you have a toggle clasp, you can make pretty much anything. And here we have some beautiful crystals down here. You can see it's sort of like a silver tone square. This one has an AB on it with more of a gold coloring. You have your gorgeous just jet black ones. We have some pretty tassels in here, some decorated acrylic beads there. Just some really gorgeous crystals. Everything your little heart could desire. You can make tons of stuff from these window box mixes, and that's the key. I think for a beginner this is perfect because you sometimes don't have everything that you'd like to have or need in your stash, so buying something like this is going to make it so easy for you to make some beautiful pieces. So today what we're going to do, we're going to make a fun little fox bracelet. We're going to use this beautiful window box mix and this dress it up buttons for babies. I'm going to be using this fox out of it, and we're going to make a cute little fox bracelet. So let me get set up and we'll get started. Okay, so I have poured out our bead mix, and you can really see now that it's out of the box just how much you get with this. It's crazy how many options you have here. But the first thing we're going to do here, guys, I got out some crimps. These are number 2 tubes, some beading wire, and a crimper. You're also going to need a cutter, basic stuff. We're just going to make a cute little fox bracelet. So what I like to do to get started here is I take my beading wire and I feed out, this one looks like it's almost done. No, maybe not. I feed out a length of it, okay, just like so. And then I put my little plastic cover back on it and just bead right on to my roll here. It just makes life a little bit easier. So we're going to start just by putting some beads on, and this pattern can be completely up to you, but I'm going to start with a couple of these beautiful little crystals over here, and I'm going to take a bicone and we're going to do a spacer. Wow, and I'm just noticing here, guys, there's 4 of those birds in there. Perfect. Very beautiful. And one of our rondelles, a spacer. Let's do a little daisy. No, let's do a round. Okay. And then add one of our beautiful crystals. Okay, and another spacer. And this metal just will make your beads sing. You can see how that just really accents it and makes it look great. I'm going to put our little tassels up here. And then we can add whatever beads we want. I'm going to use one of these really pretty long crystal beads. Put that on just like so. And then we're going to do another spacer. Let's do one of these beautiful ones, the faceted spacers. And then I really like this textured bead. I want to definitely use that. So I'll put that on. And then Let's do another spacer and another rondelle. Okay, so let's measure and see where we're at here, because I want to make a 6-inch piece because I have a 7-inch wrist. So I like to make my beaded area 6 inches and approximately, and then leave an inch for the clasp. So it seems like we're in a good place here to go ahead and add our button. So what I want to do for that is I want to add some beads that I can scoop behind him, and I'm going to try using these little teardrop beads because we want something that can stabilize that button for you. So let's slide him on. I put that little teardrop bead on, and I'm going to slide this little fox on. Get him over there and see if that'll scooch behind him, which it will. And then we'll put our other teardrop bead on behind him. Okay, so you can see here what I have. So what I'm going to do here is I have a little space still with him. Actually, no, the way that lays, it's going to be perfect. So we can go ahead and start our beading. So what I'm going to do there is just take another one of our teardrops. You can't see those ones, so let's take another one. And so it'll fit in there just nicely and look great, because you're going to have the teardrop a little bit exposed on either side, okay? And that one is completely hidden. All right, so then we're just going to start beading back. Let me scooch up just a smidge here so you can see. We're going to just follow this pattern back, which this is the easy part. And we're just going to add our beads and our spacers to the same pattern we created on the other side. This is the easy part. Okay. And then we're going to need one of these long ones. The sky's the limit on this, guys. But, I mean, just look how much is here. And we're almost done creating this bracelet. And we could make so many more pieces with it. Okay. And then one of our round spacers. And you know we're using one of those birds at least for charm. Those are going to look adorable. So we'll put another rondelle, spacer, and a pie cone. So I'm just going to get a measurement on this. I got everything put together. That is stinking adorable. So let's just do a measurement here. Well, it's actually at 7, a little over 7. So what I think we'll do is take these two ends off and give it another measure. And I think that'll work much better. If we take these couple beads off the ends, that'll give me the measurement that I need. Okay. So I have two number 2 crimp tubes here that I'm going to be using. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scooch this up a little bit, the beads, so we don't have too much waste up at the top here, okay? So let me scooch over so you can see real well. And I'm going to take the crimp tube, if I can grab it, and put it onto my wire. And once it's on the wire, we're going to bend back that wire and put the end back through the crimp. And that's what's going to give us our loop to be able to hook it into our clasp. And I like to, you could attach your clasp directly on at this point, but over the years I've learned the best way to attach clasps is using jump rings, because then you can adjust the length if need be. So I'm just scooching that up and holding both of my wires side by side, and I'm just scooching that up until I can get the size of loop that I want there at the top. And I'm just going to take my crimp pliers and I'm going to give that a squeeze, just like so. And then I'm just going to fold that over from the back. Okay, so this end is ready to roll. So we can go ahead and cut off this excess wire. It's our other crimp. And that way we won't have any wire poking into anyone. So I'm just going to pull on that wire and push on my cutters and give that a trim. And then I know it's as close to that crimp as it can get. Okay. So then I'm going to take my beads and I'm going to move them up this way. Okay. To where our loop is. And I'm going to then trim off our piece from the roll. All right. So I'm just going to leave myself enough that I can go ahead and make a loop on this end as well. And there are those 2 extra beads coming off. Okay, so once you have that, we're just going to do the same exact thing on the other side. We're just going to take one of our crimps, just like so, slide it over the wire. And this is where you're going to adjust your tension, guys. You're going to want to make sure that once you put this back through, the trick that I like to do on the second side is take my round nose pliers and just put one of the jaws into the loop and just pull that wire down, just like so. So it kind of gives you that tension all on its own without having to mess with it too much, sliding it up and down with your fingers. And then you're just going to get the loop the size that you want. You're going to want to make sure this isn't too tight or too loose. Okay. I'm going to snug it up just a little bit more. Because with our button, we don't want our button flipping around either. So I'm just going to put my pliers in there, do the same thing, and just give a little pull. Okay, now I'm going to look at it again, make sure, is everybody good? We got just a little smidge of room there. Just on this end, you can see that. It's just like a couple millimeters, and that's perfect. Just gives you a little room to groove. Then I'm just going to take my crimp pliers in and do the exact same thing. Crimp it down. Okay. And then bring it up and fold it over. Oops, going from the wrong direction. Need to go from the back. Okay. And once that's folded over, we can do the same thing and just trim our wire. And then we're just going to need to grab a couple jump rings and add our clasp. Okay, so I've gotten out our jump rings here, and I'm going to attach the clasp. I'm just going to take our jump ring and just open that front to back. And on one side, I'm going to hook it to the loop of the clasp and then put it through the loop that we made with our wire. And also close that front to back. Okay, you like to hear that little click, that tells you it's closed. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side with the bar. Okay, put our little bar on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put on that adorable bird charm, because we can't pass that up. Turn our fox over here. And since we're doing a little bit of a mixed metal with the silver and the gold, I'm going to go ahead and put a silver jump ring on our gold bird. I actually like mixed metal very much, so this is perfect for me. So I'm just linking that into our little charm, putting it through our little wire back here. And you can put it anywhere along there. I just like to put it back further because then it doesn't get in the way of trying to clasp the bracelet. So guys, that is it. That's our adorable little fox bracelet using the new window box bead mixes from Jesse James Beads. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.